Pack your bags, because we're taking a trip to a nostalgia town in the form of GoldenEye 7 for the Nintendo DS. You don't need to pack a whole lot though, maybe just a carry-on bag, because the actual nostalgia parts of the game are limited. GoldenEye is a classic from the Nintendo 64 era of games, and while we all have many fond memories of our adventure with the Pierce Brosnan and James Bond, it's probably not one that we should literally revisit. Shooters have evolved tremendously since 1997, and this game shows off how they have evolved. To some degree, but at other times leaves you pining for the original. This version of GoldenEye is actually quite different from the original. The story is similar, but has been retrofitted with the new, angrier Daniel Craig version of James Bond. You see many of the same characters and visit almost all of the same locations, but it's just not quite the same. The locations all look sort of familiar, but feel dramatically different. Daniel Craig and Judi Dench both lend their voice and likeness to the game, but it is kind of unnecessary. It sounds like the two recorded their voice work over a cell phone with a bad connection. The performance is fine, but it doesn't add anything to the game. The same can be said for the likeness of the actors. GoldenEye on the DS is not a pretty game, even on DS standards. Everything looks blurry and muddy, and James Bond looks about as much like Daniel Craig as James Bond looked like Pierce Brosnan back on the Nintendo 64. I suppose it's better to have the two actors than to not have the two actors at all, but it seems like some of that actor budget could have been spent elsewhere during development. The music of the game takes the modern video game music approach as a mood setter, rather than a driving collection of catchy, overbearing tunes like games of the past. The soundtrack of the original GoldenEye was a big part of the game, and is the kind of music that can instantly spark a memory in your brain when you hear it. The music of GoldenEye on the DS doesn't share the same focus, but there are a couple areas where that recognizable James Bond theme will swell up and inspire you to take out some bad guys. Who cares about all that stuff though? It's not about the story or the voice work or even the graphics really. It's about the gameplay. Is it good? And does it feel like GoldenEye? There are at least a few elements of the game that do lead you to unpack your nostalgia bag. The levels are built into the same settings as the original GoldenEye. You will encounter the dam, the facility, the jungle, the archives, and even a version of the satellite area, among others. They are not the same though, they are just settings. The levels do not use the same layouts of the original game and offer a much more streamlined version. This is a strictly point A to point B game. There are almost no opportunities to explore like there were in the original, and the openness is sorely missed. One element the game hits on well is the stealth. There are plenty of opportunities to use your silenced pistol to take out cameras and turrets and headshot those pesky henchmen. The stealth portions of the game actually end up being the biggest highlight. You can create distractions, use the environment to take out enemies, and pool of context-sensitive stealth kills. This is where the game is the most fun and the most reminiscent, even if it isn't exactly the same. There aren't nearly as many guns as there were in the original, and the only exact one that seems to have made it over is the starting pistol. Even the gadgets have been scaled back significantly. In fact, Craig Bond's only gadget is his cell phone. There are no watch lasers or anything like that, just a phone that can make and receive calls and can be used as a tracking device. It's disappointing. The stand-in for the lack of devices are the occasional touchscreen mini-games used to hack computers and escape from helicopters. It makes sense in context. The mini-games are interesting and rare enough to keep them from getting annoying. The multiplayer, which is possibly the most memorable part of the original GoldenEye, is online, feature-rich, and fun to play. There are all kinds of multiplayer achievements to unlock, special perks, and many different interesting modes. It is definitely one of the fullest online multiplayer modes of the DS, and a strong selling point of the game. There is no voice chat though, unfortunately, and at the time of review there were not a whole lot of people playing online, so matches took a while to get going. GoldenEye on the DS does deserve the GoldenEye name, but I can't help but feel like there was a huge missed opportunity here. The DS is in about the same graphics processing department as the Nintendo 64, so why not offer a one-to-one port of the original? That's all we wanted. And as a DS game, we could very easily forgive the graphical shortcomings and dated feel. This version of GoldenEye falls under the umbrella of reimagining, for better or worse. GoldenEye for the DS as a first-person shooter James Bond title is a great game, but as a representative of the classic Nintendo 64 game, it falls a bit short. It looks like the original, and every now and then it feels like the original, but all of us would have rather just played the original, or at least an update of it.
.007, the dam is under heavy construction, so the path may be blocked. You may have to find another way to get in.
Stop him!
ahead is locked with a keypad. Check the nearby bunkers for an access card.
I've got the target! We are under attack!
Be careful, 007. There's a large number of enemy combatants headed your way. Looks like you're clear.
Do not let him escape! Visual contact. Contact! They're here! Do not let him escape! Over there! There he is!
Tanner to Bond. There's a terminal nearby that controls the defenses on the perimeter of the dam. You'll need to disable them before you can move on.
James, over here!
I hope you're ready for a fight, James. We need to get to the center of the dam. Let's go! Come on, James! Come on! Hurry up,
Enemy contact! James, over here!
I hope you're ready for a fight, James. We need to get to the center of the dam. Let's go! Come on, James! Come on!